Hang on. This is the news.
We finally escaped the studio and wobbled down to BMW HQ for a sit and fiddle on their latest top-spec Bavarian barnstormer, the M1000RR.
Hello and welcome.
On location. High fives. What was that?
I don't know. Probably my £80 shoes.
Nice.
Here we go in the flesh then. What do you think?
It looks a lot better in the flesh than
It does
in the
look a
pictures.
lot better in the flesh.
In the pictures, I thought I gave it a bit of shtick.
Yeah.
For being a bit. It is still quite crazy, and there's lots of M logos on it. I think I counted 17 on one side.
I think the majority of this paintwork will go anyway a lot of the time, isn't it?
Well, if it's for a race,
If it's for racing or track days or
Yeah.
for
I guess that's what hopefully we're going to find out today. Is I'm interested to know: are you going to see these on the street, or are they just homologated, limited numbers, race teams? It's just all about that engine and swing arm changes. So we've got Danny Buchan knocking around here somewhere, so we can have a chat to him. And we've also got Sepp Mackler, who is one of the BMW bods. You might have seen him on the HP4 race videos we've done.
Mr. BMW.
Mr.
Really,
BMW, basically. So yeah, we're going to ask him a couple of questions, and hopefully we'll get the answers for you.
The lowdown.
So hello there, Sepp.
Hi, Sepp.
It's been a while since we last spoke to you, but we've got a couple of questions about the fantastisch new M1000RR. So Al, you fire away with the first one.
Over to me. So, a lot of people want to know this. This is a really important question, I think. How much faster is the M1000RR over the S1000RR over an average lap time?
Hello guys, long time no see. Oh, that's a really good question. I'm with the M1000RR 0.5 of a second faster. Depends a little bit about the racetrack, but I have so much fun on this bike.
So my question is, the bike, it comes with standard suspension, so is there a reason for that? That's like the base model S1000RR suspension. Is there a real reason for that rather than getting some nice blingy electronic Öhlins in there?
The answer is quite easy. It's the homologation rules on the race series. It's not allowed anymore racing with the electronic suspension.
And the next one is, the S1000RR has obviously been the best road bike for some time now, but it hasn't been mirrored with its results on the track. I'm just wondering why you think that's the case.
As long the rules of the race series very close to our standard bike, we are winning. We see a lot of wins in the IDM, we see a lot of wins Al Baggio in the Spanish Championship. As long as I say the rules very close to the standard bikes, we are winning. And then, of course, if you go to World Superbike, you have a wide range of adjustment, and we have some nice results, and we will see this year with the MRR, I guess, some surprises.
And finally, so is this bike a homologation special? So is it aimed purely at racing, or are we trying to make customers happy on the roads around our lovely UK countrysides?
The M1000RR is definitely built for racing, so that's the first goal, that we give the race teams in National Race Series a really good tool to achieve podium and wins. And with the M competition package, we build a very nice bike for the street riders, and they will love it. Something behind the story. On this picture, that's my grandfather and my grandmother. It's from the last century, it's around 1930. He was a motorcycle rider, and I gave the passion and the love for motorcycle, I guess, from both. So, see you for the next interview. Bye.
Well, thank you very much for that, Sepp, and lovely grandparents. I see where you get it from.
Thanks, Sepp. Looking forward to seeing you on the next launch.
Ciao.
Or Auf Wiedersehen.
Or that's the same in Switzerland, but I won't go to Switzerland because I'm still banned.
Check out our more detailed video on the M1000RR and interview with BSB pilot Danny Buchan, coming up after the news.
And after all these years of riding pretty much Kawasaki's for most of your career, what are you looking forward to the most? The riding the bike or the free company car?
Free company car is a lovely perk.
Yeah.
I've got one.
M40, yeah, M40 DX3 I got, it's mental, yeah.
How do I look, darling?
I was hoping you could be a bit rougher this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Well, because I'm normally just too handsome.
Well, no, he was farting around in the toilets earlier. He was like,
Green room.
The green room. And he said, "Do I look good?" I was like, "Yeah, just do that." And he went, "No." So you look exactly the same as you did for the past freaking 8 weeks.
So do you.
No, I don't.
Well, what's
I
different?
made an effort. My hair, my tash,
It looks exactly the fucking same.
It doesn't.
What have you changed about your face now? Your tash?
Nothing.
So what's your point then?
I'm different from week to week. I put a bit of effort in, mate.
Well, I'm
Something
consistent.
you don't know about.
I'm consistent. It's called part of our brand. Mini roll.
Nice. Don't think you need that.
We'll see. How much shorter are you than me? And we're the same weight, give or take. Basically, I'm calling you fat. Because you just called me fat.
I didn't. I just said, do you really need that?
And what does that mean? Read between the lines.
A moment on the lips is a lifetime on the hips.
So, you are going on top later.
A snack in private shows up in public.
Doesn't rhyme.
Doesn't need to rhyme, does
Of course
it?
it does. Every little thing, like a moment on the lips, lifetime on the hips. That's what needs to.
Poetry doesn't necessarily need to rhyme.
And I'm sure you know a lot about classical poetry.
Yeah, I do.
Welcome to week 9.
Numph. Neun.
Eins, zwei, neun.
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 Nerf.
Nerf.
Nerfer.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.
Nueve.
Nueve. Nueve.
Well, there we go. Welcome to week 9. Isn't that amazing that we kind of made it? It looks like it might be over soon.
I think it might be.
What are we going to do? I mean, it is the lockdown show, so...
Could be the end.
Could be the end. Anyway. So, let's get right into it. Let's roll up our sleeves, put our garters on, take our blazers off, and give us the news.
The news.
So what's fresh in store for story number 1, or uno, or
Eins. Story number 1, Chris, is the news.
Wait.
Well, you're on fire today, aren't you?
Hey, I'd say dad joke. I'm just feeling a bit daddy. I've got my kid this weekend, so I'm just firing him up.
News. So the news. Back to the news. You may have already heard this. We probably have. Several sources have reported this. There is a new YZF R7 coming for 2022. But don't get too excited.
Yeah, it's not quite the same OWO.
No, OWO2. No, it's not.
Spec.
No.
Thing.
So this is Yamaha's take on the Super Twins class. It's going to be an MT-07 CP2 powered twin 700cc or 6.9, whatever it is. Same engine in the MT-07. And I'm guessing it's going to be a little budget compared to the R7, but it's still good for the class. The MT-07 is a banging bike. That whole platform is a banging platform, and this will be a welcome addition. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I think this seems to be a hotly contested area of motorcycling. We've got the RS660.
Yep.
We've got the new Suzuki SV coming.
Yep. The parallel twin.
We've got the CF Moto that we're racing this year, and now the R7. And obviously Kawasaki still have the ER...
The Ninja
thing that used to be the ER6.
The ER6, yeah.
What's it called? Ninja thing.
Ninja 650, yeah. Look, they're bargain bikes. They're for everyone. They're not just for. They're not just happy shoppers anymore. The class has been a big jump, and they're not just for, like I said, happy shoppers or newbies. They're good fun for everyone. And the Super Twins class is. I think it's going to be good with the Aprilia and now this R7, whatever it is. So yes, the whole thing is growing. it's good for business, and it's happy news.
And I think we should do track days where everyone is only allowed a mini twin. In fact, we should organise it.
Yes.
We could get some organisers down, like some manufacturers, to demo the bikes.
Yes.
Because the amount of laughs that everyone would have, all on the same capacity bikes like that, would be brilliant.
And you learn how to ride a bike properly. It's not just
jumping on an S1000RR, is it?
No.
And here's a hot off the press.
Oh, this is hot.
And we actually spoke to Ducati earlier on another matter, and they didn't even know this.
No.
So, Ducati UK. So it's been leaked on Ducati's own website that there is a Panigale V2 Course Edition coming.
We kind of knew this anyway, didn't we?
We did know it.
Yeah. It's a natural progression. We guessed it.
It would have happened, but it's definitely going to happen because the some eagle-eyed fan girls and boys screenshotted where on the accessories package was it or something?
Yes.
It basically said you can what bike are you speccing it for, and it was the V2
course. Yeah. So I mean that's not just. There's two 44 Tifas emailed me this morning. And someone from the Ducati Cup I was talking to last night mentioned, they said, have you ridden the V2 course yet? And I went, well, it's not really out yet. And he went, oh yeah, it's out, you can buy stuff for it. So, yeah, bit of an accident by Ducati. Or was it? But that, and we were having this, not debate, we were having this discussion earlier. The V2 is such a big jump on the 959. I think that could be all the bike you need for the road. Don't get me wrong, we love the big boy Panigale, don't we? Good fun, but the V2 could be all you need for the road and track, to be fair, because it's just easy.
I think we should try and get the V2 V4.
Yes.
V2 VV4.
The
VVs, VV testing.
VV top.
And I actually reckon around somewhere like Cartagena, I don't reckon there'd be much lap time difference.
I reckon it would be second and a half, yeah. Something twisty, that sort of time, but yeah. Looking forward to that.
Bangers.
Obviously not breaking news, but there was the updated or the limited edition Rocket 3s that Boothie went to see last week. It's a bit of a strange one, adding £1,000 on for a paint job, but those bikes sell well. So that, like Miles from Triumph said, they will sell, but I'm just not sure on the £1,000 price tag for black paint.
It's not a lot, £1,000. I mean, hang on, let's just caveat that. It is a lot of money, but for a paint scheme, I don't think it is.
No. I
mean, there's not much fairing on it, I suppose. So, but then if you wanted to get your tank painted a custom colour, you took it to a decent paint shop, it's going to cost you £500 just for that. Mins. True. So.
And interestingly, I don't know if and not everyone sees that video because it's not a blockbuster and it's not really a sort of clickbaity title, but Miles said something really interesting in that interview with Boothie, and he said that he'd watched some of our videos and heard us complaining about the colours of Triumphs, and the fact is, if you look at the sales figures from all the colours in Triumphs, all the darker colours, particularly black, sells the most by a long way. So that is why they made the black editions of the Rocket. So
okay, but then
I
would counter argue that and say, well,
we always do.
Well, yes, because I'm a balanced opinion. As always. I like to see both sides of the story. But the other side, they could approach it and say, well, hang on, we've got this market, they love our bikes, they're buying them, that's brilliant. Why don't we open up to a new market, not the place, and...
Not the horsey racing.
Not the horsey racing, and actually attract some different
Yeah, no, I agree. Don't get me wrong, I'm not changing my opinion. Triumph still need to do something with their paint schemes, but that was his...
But it's not just Triumph's fault.
No.
Everyone. Most people are pretty boring.
I think we need to bring back the tracksuit awareness campaign. They need to bring back the tracksuit paint jobs.
Like that pink and purple and white CBR.
Oh yeah.
From what was it, first edition CBR 94? That.
Yeah.
Proper spec.
Like Bob Collins' Fireblade.
It's exactly.
Which we'll put up now so you can sort of look at it.
Yeah.
Hi Bob.
Hi Bobby. What's next? What's next on the line?
Well, next up is February bike sales, Chris. We've had some stats from the MCIA, and it's not good. As not really a surprise, but it's not good. February is always the worst month anyway for weather, and obviously people waiting for new regs in March. So it was always going to be a bit bleak, but bike sales down in total 37.7% on last year.
Now, and to compound that and just bring it into reality, this time last year was when the COVID crisis was just starting to be like, oh
Yes.
shit, this actually might be quite a big problem.
Yeah.
So if anything, people would have gone, maybe I won't buy a bike this year at that time.
Well, February was, we all thought, no, we're not going to get this. It won't come over to the UK because it's February, right? It was only March.
I didn't think that.
Didn't you?
No.
Best-selling bike was the Yamaha NMAX 125. A lovely little number there. The best-selling real bike over 650cc was the Triumph Trident. New bike, not surprisingly. And
cheap as well.
And cheap, very cheap. And the Honda was the best brand with 460 sales in February. So
Is that it? 460
Yeah.
nationwide?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound a lot, does it?
no.
When you think back in '98, when the Fireblade, then the R1 came out, they sold
4,000.
4,000 in
Yeah.
1 year, to be fair,
Yeah.
but still. Anyway, on that rather somber note, hopefully this next item is a bit more friendly.
Well, it's MotoGP news from Qatar, Chris.
Okay, so it's a bit bitchy.
Well, it is. It is.
Meow.
We covered it last week briefly, but of course we missed the Lorenzo matter, where Lorenzo attacked Cal Crutchlow, and
What did he actually say?
he's been on Cal for a while now.
Yeah.
Those two got beef. They got beef.
Yeah, they have beef curtains.
Beef curtains.
Massive,
Yes.
hanging in the house.
Yeah, it looks like a
Abattoir.
set of beef Wellingtons. So Cal and Jorge don't get on, and so when Cal crashed, MotoGP put this thing up, and he shared a picture, and he said, "Told you." ... And yeah, basically saying Cal wasn't that good, and he shouldn't be on the bike. I think Lorenzo's quite jealous because that could have been Jorge's job.
But he does crash quite a lot, though, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
So.
Yeah. So anyway, everyone joined in. Inoni joined in. Jack Miller got involved. I'm sure some of you know this already, but there was a lot of beef, and I love this. MotoGP, and you said earlier, which we'll probably say again, MotoGP and Elite Sports need that beef. It's
just too bloody boring.
Yes.
Like, it's so, oh no, that's not professional, you can't say that.
Yeah.
I want someone to get off the bike, walk down to the neighbouring garage, have a tussle,
Yeah.
slapping handbags.
Do a
Oh,
James
no.
Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then follow the beef into next week, and then play it out on track, and whoever wins on the track is the man.
Yeah.
Or woman.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of happens anyway, but yes, off track.
But that's what. But
It's brilliant. But
Yeah.
so I'm surprised MotoGP and Dorna haven't got involved because it's been so kind of sanitised, and they don't want this. But now it's just coming out, and Aleix Espargaro got an absolute roasting from Lorenzo, saying that he basically said his manager was amazing for keeping him MotoGP this long, and really he's not that wrong. But yeah, it was brilliant to see.
So Lorenzo is basically the instigator.
He's sitting there in the Maldives on his phone, mate, having the time of his life.
Just trolling.
Just literally sat there on his phone. He's probably got
Bitches sucking his balls and everything.
Yeah, he's probably got girls around him and having some fun, and just having the time of his life, sitting back, watching it all, and just not giving a
Covered
damn.
in mantequilla.
Yeah, so
I mean, I still quite like the guy, to be fair.
I like Jorge. I think I do.
He's a good lad. He's good. He's good on the piss. When he came out with us and Johnny the other week.
Yeah.
Banksy.
Johnny, Banksy, yeah. But yeah, other than that, Alex Marquez broke his foot in practice today. It's his 5th pre-season crash.
Yeah, because he was very non-crashy last year. First half, for sure.
Yes.
Second half, started crashing a bit more. But yeah, it does surprise me a little bit.
You can't really crash if you're not going that fast.
I can.
Well, yeah, true. But yes, it's a shame because maybe he's taking after his brother. Maybe he's obviously don't want him to injure himself.
And Marquez, what's happening with him? Is he?
So there was a press release today, actually, and we'll find it now. Let's cut the beat. Beep.
It's getting a bit weird, isn't it? I find the whole thing a bit, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a bit fishy.
Yeah, back onto the current affairs of MotoGP. How boring is Losail circuit? I know you've never ridden it, but I mean, I've done a lot of laps around there, probably more than some circuits in the UK, and it is featureless, soulless, and just really boring. And I got.
I'd hate to be there right now riding a GP bike.
Well, this is. I made a point on Twitter saying, all these MotoGP riders, yes, with caveats like, yes, it's their job. Yes, they haven't been on the bike for a long time. Yes, it's the first pre-season test, but they must be getting bored of that track. It's 7-8 days of riding around that track, which is like, give me Mallory Park any day. It's horrendous. And of course, then I got called all sorts of names under the sun for merely saying that MotoGP riders might be getting bored of this boring track. Anyway,
but then that's Twitter for you, which is why I protested. Well, no, I just let. I could join. I could go back, but I just don't want to.
No.
And every day, more normal, sensible people leave, so the percentage of absolute Burks is getting higher and higher. So it's the shittest social media platform, isn't it? How can you possibly explain a complex issue in like 20 words?
I'm not sure if we can use a picture yet, but my mate Gareth Harford, who's a MotoGP photographer, he takes amazing pictures. I've just got to clarify and clear with him that we can actually use a pic. It turns out Fabio Quartararo has a pink anodized yoke top.
But he's also got a gold chain. Could have seen it coming.
That's very different to having a pink anodized.
No, same
it's not,
same
mate.
breed of people.
Gold chains aren't bad.
You wear gold chains, don't you?
Oh, I thought you meant a gold chain on the bike.
No, round his neck.
Right, okay.
No, I like gold chains on bikes. I think that's the only colour chains should be. That is another one.
Yes.
Anodized blue and green chains in the sea. But yeah, no, well, Quartararo is like a sort of French lorry driver, isn't he?
Well, he's Spanish, mate. He's about as French as my dad.
So in other news, Superstock 1000s are now allowing 1100s into the class. So this will be cater for the Aprilia RSV4 Factory 1100. RSV4 1100 Factory.
No, it's just called the RSV4 Factory now.
Oh right,
Yeah.
so they've dropped the 1100 because it's just so
Cheating.
casual.
Yeah.
And obviously the Panigale V4. So Sounds a bit unfair.
I like what they've done, because obviously this is BSB only, so there's no European Superstock anyway, but this is BSB only, and BSB rules have always managed to figure it out. They've always got things working. So regardless of it being more powerful or less powerful, more weight, less weight, they've always got it working somehow. There may be teething problems, and these Ducatis and Aprilias may be for the first rounds going 10 mile an hour down the straight faster than their rivals, but Stuart Higgs and the team will make it work. But I will...
Go on.
I forgot what I was going to say. Go on.
Well, I was just going to say it's going to be interesting because on the Superbike, of course, you can change the rev limits and you can effectively change that power level. You can penalise like they do on world Superbikes.
Superstock.
Really?
Yeah.
How do they do that on a stock engine? Because you're not allowed to touch it.
ECU can.
Frozen out.
No.
Really?
ECU can, yeah.
So you can tune the ECU on Superstock bikes to anything you want.
Yeah, and this is my argument.
So it's not Superstock then, is it? At all?
It is, because it's Superstock. It's a Superstock ECU, and this is what gets me. Look, this is another argument altogether. But BSB Evo rules, if you like, with no traction control and any of that stuff. Look, it works. I'm not going to argue with that. But what's frustrating is the Superstock bikes. They're probably safer and easier to ride. Well, they're much. I can guarantee you they're faster, safer and easier to ride than the Superbikes, because they got all these marvellous electronics and rider aids that the manufacturers have spent years and millions of pounds developing, and yet in Superbike you're not allowed them. But anyway, that's another story. But like I said, I think the ECU is fully controllable. So you can have, in Superstock now, you can have the kit ECU, which is essentially flashing it anyway, or you get
because I thought, when was that unlocked then?
3 years ago.
Okay, maybe
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the news that what was the Pirelli National Superstock 1000 Championship will henceforth be called the Pirelli National Superstock Championship, dropping 1000 from its name. This announcement came last week when BSB organisers said in a statement that there will now be an option for them to accept certain models with an engine displacement greater than 1000cc. The announcements come after a good few years worth of certain manufacturers increasing the sizes of the engines in their superbikes in an effort to alleviate the strangling effects of modern emissions legislation. So, as you mentioned, we might see Aprilia RS V4 factories, Ducati Panigale V4Ss on Superstock grids in the near future, but we might not. Because to make it work, BSB have said if you do want to run a super stock bike with an engine that's over 1000cc, you'll have to run a control Motogp ECU with all the rider aids turned off. That could put you at a massive disadvantage to the lads with kit ECUs, with programmable everything, and if you ask me, that might just be too big a price to pay.
But I think, yeah, I think it's really exciting. Obviously, the V4R, Ducati V4R, isn't homologated for super stock racing. Not
Is that because it's too expensive?
No, but Ducati never homologated it for super stock racing because there was no European super stock being.
But how would you? But what would you? What step would you need to do?
It's purely a paperwork thing. It's literally they've sold the numbers. It's just a paperwork thing.
Okay.
So the V4S obviously is 1100, and that can be raced. Interestingly as well, the mega test. We found out that the Aprilia and Ducati weren't necessarily faster. They were a little bit faster. I think the Ducati was the fastest by about 3 miles an hour, but it wasn't a lot. So, like I said, it'd be interesting to see.
The Honda was the fastest, actually.
You're right, it was.
And that was only a 998 cc?
998, yeah. Yeah.
So who knows?
Who knows?
Who bloody knows?
It's going to be a right mishmash. But yeah, looking forward to it.
And that is finally the end of the
news. Well, Chris, it's this week. What have you been up to this week, Chris? I know, but
this week I have. What have I been doing this week? I don't think I've really got much to say this week. I've just been under the radar.
Well, we did a nice little test, didn't we?
Oh, that was good fun.
So we had an Indian FTR 1200 Rally, we had a Ducati Desert Sled, and we had a BMW R9T Urban Growler.
Urban GS with the 40th anniversary options pack.
Yeah. So we went to Bristol.
Will that video be out by now?
No.
No.
But we went to Bristol, and here's what happened.
Oh shit! Idiot!
Okay, lights are green, lights are green! Lights are green, lights are green!
Oh shit! Should we have Jim Carner?
First one to crash buys the burritos.
Oh shit!
Look at those subwoofers. Oh, who's got the fucking gag?
Oh fucking hell! Jesus Christ!
Oncology department. I'm so trendy, I'm gonna change my gender.
I'm so trendy. I'm not gonna have a gender anymore.
Yeah, and how nice was it to actually ride bikes in the sunshine?
Oh, it's lovely, wasn't it?
And that was the one day this week.
Yeah.
It's been absolutely disgusting.
To wrench.
Every day since.
Yeah.
So it actually got me excited again of, oh my God, this is potential, this is happening.
This is life.
This is life. Not just a lockdown thing, but this is, we can ride bikes again in the sun.
Yeah.
So now it's time to move on to a special place in our hearts for Show Us Your Growler.
We have so many growlers to get through, and we will try to get through as many as we can, but for this week only, because we are banging on a bit, this week we're going to do 2 growlers, okay? We're show off.
Yeah, we're just going to plough those growlers.
And this is, oh my word, this is Dan with a 2019 KTM 690 SMCR with a full Leo Vinci system. That is absolutely beautiful, mate.
And I'll tell you what, you don't even know this. I've been perving on supermotos this week.
Have you?
And because I'm thinking about what I want for summer.
Yeah.
And
what, jail?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Get a bit of action.
Yeah.
So and I was thinking about that or the Husky.
Well, yeah. I mean, funnily enough, this is a 701, a Husky 701 pipe, full system. which fits straight on, obviously, because it's same bike.
It's basically the same.
Basically the same.
I'm not sure about the orange spokey dokes though.
I think they're acceptable because it is Supermoto.
Okay, fine.
I'm going to let that go.
I would have inverted them to done white ones and orange ones.
Okay,
But
yeah.
anyway.
But well presented, lovely pictures.
Great pictures, urban street style.
Yeah, proper SM schlag. So well done, Dan.
Very nice sticker kit as well.
Well done, Dan. Well, it's a bit of a supermoto-ish, motard, shall we say, sesh on this week's Charity Growler. This is Greg Syrett's Hyper Motard RVE with some twin SC projects on there. That is pretty sexual, isn't it?
And that was another little option, because actually that bike is really good value, and I've ridden that, and as a road bike, I prefer that over the SP. It's softer, it's just much nicer to ride. The SP is a bit too hard and...
But that, talking of options, that is a genuine alternative to supermotards. You know, you're kind of limited a little bit. That will do motorway miles.
Yeah.
The KTMs and the Huskies won't. But anyway, we digress. Absolutely lovely. Well done, Greg. Who's it going to be? Was it between Greg and Dan? Greg and Dan. Greg and Dan. I'm going to go Dan.
I'm going to go Greg.
You going Greg?
I'm going Hyper Motard.
We'll have to toss a coin for it because Gary shouted at me for giving away 2 lovely Bridgestone battery chargers.
Tight fucker. I haven't got a coin. I don't have carry change. Can we flip a note? I'm glad you screwed that up, because last week I screwed mine up and I thought I was going to get loads of comments going, what on?
Heads or tails?
Tails never fails.
Tails it is.
As I said.
Well done, Greg. We'll send you out the Bridgestone battery charger Oximizer. It's not an optimizer. Oximizer. Right out in the post to you.
What's the difference between an Oximizer?
An optimizer is a branded thing. Optimizer is this thing, right? This is Andrew Curry, who said, oh God, following your debate on YouTube, I thought I'd send you some pictures, the pinnacle of helmet wear. Here's him and his mates who didn't get invited back. So this was, they're all firemen from the Ripon, North Yorkshire, and their trip to Southern Ireland a few years back, and they were never invited back. I'm not surprised.
I mean, I don't mind that, because I think it's clearly up for a laugh.
Yes.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah. I think it's quite funny. Sorry. The only thing I don't like about it is there's 2 Kermits.
Anyway, it's that time. It's that time for Fat Chat, or is it Thin Chat?
Right, go on then, Mr. Smug Fandango Bollocks. By the way, this is from the man, self-confessed, the man who doesn't believe in numbers.
Oh, stop getting your fangirls to gang off me again, mate.
I'm not getting fat. I'm just set.
It's very different. It's very different.
This is so serious. I'm going to close the laptop.
This is
I'm
different.
very sorry. I'm genuinely very sorry for beginning to take the piss out of you for what is a very good achievement, and I'm genuinely sorry.
What's the next line?
No, I'm genuinely sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So please,
thanks.
The floor is yours.
So this week, ladies and gentlemen, I got back to double digits. Double fucking digits. 99.8 kilos. And I had a really bad week. I had McDonald's. I've had 2 McDonald's. I've had a pack of mini eggs every night because they are so good and I'm addicted to them. And I've done no exercise. I have been quite busy and motivated, but I'll tell you another reason why. Stress. My wife is vegetarian and she's been cooking lots of vegetarian stuff rather than cooking a separate meal for myself. I've just gone, you know what? I'll eat the veggie stuff, love. I'll eat the veggie stuff. And that, I think, has made a big impact because I'm not eating so much saturated fat and bits and bobs. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a vegetarian, I'm not a vegan, I'm not gonna slope off into the underworld of vegetables, but that must help.
Not for the first time.
That surely must help. So, but yeah, it's a good week, Chris. How about you?
Well, actually, I say I'm all sort of angry and bitter, which I am because I'm quite jealous. But I've done absolutely fuck all. And I mean that, absolutely fuck all. Like not even press ups, nothing. I didn't even weigh myself last week. And then you sent me that picture this morning. I was like, right, I've got to get on the scales. Get on the scales. So I got on fully expecting to be way back up to like 103, 104. And actually, I've continued to lose weight and I'm 100.7. So actually, that's all right.
Cancer.
Well, I haven't got colon cancer because I had a finger on my bum when I was tested. But it just goes to show, and I think it's valuable information because I'm still losing weight. It's like what we said last week. I'm thinking relatively sensibly. I'm still, if I want a mini roll, I'm going to have a fucking mini roll, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. So, but I'm not consuming a load of shit. And my go-to meal now is a whole pack of stir-fried vegetables, which is like serves 2, and it's like 110 calories or something, and a bit of prawn, which you love. And then it's ready in 4 minutes, and off you go. And some of us don't have the blessing of being able to live with people that cook them food. So, well done on your. Thank you, and well done to you, mate. You're nearly there. Nearly there. And I am considerabably larger than you as well. So,
you are.
Especially. I saw that in Baden-Baden. Actually, do you remember when you saw me washing my cock in the sink?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I did want to get sub before you. I did want to get sub 100 before you, but I haven't put the effort in, so I don't deserve it. Simple as that. Do you want a mini roll?
I fucking love one.
So, you've got some ideas for Masturbate this week, haven't you?
I've got a few. I think you guys have got a few ideas for Masturbate this week too, because you mentioned in the last week's show about having tuna on a pizza. And in fact, anything fish on a pizza.
Anchovies? Prawns?
Don't swear. Prawns?
Have you not had prawns? Well, you don't have prawns. Prawns on pizza.
Anything like that, I'm not exaggerating here. It should be banned.
Why?
Pizza.
Why do you want to ban everything? You're like Piers Morgan. Why do you want to ban everything just because you don't like it?
You are the Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan is a fucking little and
what?
I hate Piers Morgan. He's a disgusting wretch.
Is that why he wouldn't come on this week's show? Because obviously he got sacked from Good Morning on ITV.
Thank God for that. Anyway,
yeah, pizza. I think pizza should be reserved. Tomato base, because we all know that
definitely not barbecue.
Barbecue sauce. Bit of cheese.
What kind of cheese?
Mozzarella.
Okay.
And then you have, then you have your meat layer, and then you have a bit of cheese on top of that as well.
Okay.
That is what pizza should be. Tuna on a pizza. Tuna is for tuna sandwiches, tuna mayonnaise. That is what tuna niçoise.
All delightful things to eat. So why not combine them?
Fucking pizza.
Why not though? Because you got the same ingredients: bread, dough, tuna and cheese, and a jacket potato. Is that disgusting?
It's completely different.
Well, no, because what I'm saying is tuna goes with cheese.
It does, yes.
Yeah. It goes with bread.
Yeah.
And it would go in with tomato in a niçoise salad.
Okay, but I'm combining it, so this isn't just tuna.
Yeah.
Fish should be banned.
Yes, but you don't like
fish.
You don't?
I like fish. I don't like shellfish.
So a tuna and prawn pizza would not be up your street?
No.
Well, see, I'm an open, liberal kind of person, and I think if somebody wants to have tuna on their pizza, they should be able to have tuna on their pizza. And likewise, goat's cheese,
pineapple.
If someone digs that, I think it's disgusting. But if someone wants that, then it's fine. But I think tuna on a pizza. Have you even had it? And actually, fuck you, because you had a slice of my tuna supreme and you said, actually, that's pretty nice. So you're a fucking hypocrite. Do you remember that day?
No.
Oh, you naughty liar! Look at that face. He did, and he said he liked it. So it's all for the camera. This is you all over, isn't it? Showing up for the camera. But no, I think you should be allowed fish on pizza. And actually, Marks and Spencer's do a really nice. Is it Marks and Spencer's or Waitrose? They do a nice pizza with prawns on, and again, garlic prawns. Garlic prawns on pizza Garlic bread, amazing. Garlic prawns, amazing. Combine them, heaven.
It's like, I mean, this is another one as well. I'm gonna. I know you don't drink cider, so this is kind of.
No, I do quite like cider, yeah.
But I suppose in fact it is you. So Magners introduced ice into cider. Ice is for skating on, not diluting cider.
Well, what do you want to use to cool your drink down on a hot day?
A fucking ice glass, or a cold glass, or a cold.
But how long does that
Draft.
stuff? That doesn't stay.
You don't
cold
have
very long.
ice in cider, mate.
Well-
It's for skating on, not for diluting cider. That is it.
But things evolve and get better.
You don't have ice in
Yeah,
cider.
but you can always say, I wouldn't like ice, thank
But
you.
I suppose I don't drink Magners or any of that commercial shit anyway. So
Copperberg. Do you have
that's even worse.
with the berries and
That's
stuff?
even worse. It's not cider, is it? It's fucking. It's like Ribena with.
It's interesting. You're a cider nut, so you
Yes.
might know this. But do you know the reason why like pear ciders and stuff started coming into fashion?
No.
Because there was a massive shortage of apples.
Is this a dad joke?
No, it's not that joke. It's actually 100% true. So they're like, okay, well maybe we can increase. We'll use some. What else have we got? Pears. Let's make that. And then they marketed it, and then Copperberg was basically born. I'm sure Copperberg's been around for a while, but
I don't think it's been around.
that's where those fruit ciders came from. Was actually a shortage of pommes, which is French for apple. Next thing you'll be telling me that shandy's bad.
No.
No? So you like shandy? So
like
you'll put a different drink in a pint of beer, but you won't allow an ice cube.
No. I don't
What
like
about
shandies. If I was gonna drive, I'd have a pint and not have 2 pints of shandy.
Why?
Why would you have a shandy?
Because I think shandy tastes nicer than a pint of beer. Shandy drinkers. There's nothing really to retort on the fish on pizza thing.
I'll be interested in the feedback because I know that there's a lot of people mentioned, I say a lot. There was 3 people who mentioned.
No, there was more than that. There was quite a few people
there?
that were like,
Okay.
tuna on a pizza,
Yeah.
you madman.
Yeah. But it is
And-
a disgrace.
The pizza I had was approximately half the calorific value of the pizza you had.
Yes, but mine was much better. Who was happier?
Better is a matter
Who was
of opinion.
happier?
Probably me later on, because I didn't have the fucking meat sweats from the ultimate
guns.
banger. So I will stick with my tuna pizza. You haven't convinced me, I'm afraid.
No.
It's a favourite of mine.
I was thinking we could do like a room 44, like a room 101.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, room 44. We'll have like a
prawns, goat's cheese.
Yeah.
And we argue it.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll get celebrity guests on.
Yes.
It's a winner.
Yeah. Once again, thank you for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure again.
And keep your chins up. Yeah.
Chins up, cocks out. But once again, we can do this together.
I'm not doing the hand signal.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye. Hang on, we haven't had a fart this week. I might have one. Have you got one?
No.
Well, hang on.
Oh,
Hang on.
what's coming? No.
Don't shoot yourself.
Oh.
Yeah, nice one.
Fuck off.
What's your favourite roadside snack?
I'm gonna have to go for
UK-based.
UK-based. My favourite road snack is the M&S mini poppadoms.
Interesting. I thought you were going to go. I'm going to go Waitrose chicken
Yeah.
and chorizo empanadas.
Oh, they are good. That's an upgrade on the M&S.
Oh, mate, that shits on your poppadoms.
Yeah, you're right.
Idiot.
You won that one, you fucking prick.
I win everything.